Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahirrahmanirrahim. Wassalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, today we are very fortunate to have Dr. Yunita with us that will give training for all of the participants from IIUM, especially meant for them to prepare for this Percipta competition. Okay, I think without further ado, we would like to invite Dr. Yunita to start the training session. Please, Dr. Yunita.
Thank you very much, Prof. Farah, for inviting me to become a trainer for this pitching session. Okay, today it is more like a sharing session, right, Prof? I would like to share my slide first. Okay, it's a sharing session regarding training for pitching Percipta 2022. I'm Yunita from Kuliah of Dentistry. Okay, if we are talking about pitching or become a pitcher, we should know the types of pitches. There are few types. First is sales pitch, second pitch deck, and third is interrogative pitch. We will talk more regarding pitch deck and interrogative pitch, because sales pitch, it's more about a brief message to attract attention from your investor. Okay, what is pitch deck? Pitch deck is a slide presentation that outlines your business plan to potential investors. This presentation should include research related to your product, competition, market plans, and company finances. You need to provide a complete view of your company as it currently exists and the potential value it holds for investors to persuade their decision. So that was a pitch deck. Now is interrogative pitch. We will give you example that will be briefed by Prof. Farah. Okay, what is interrogative pitch? You can start your pitch with a series of questions. Your questions focus on the problems they face and how you can solve them. For example, you may ask them to name their most significant challenges. These questions aim to draw their curiosity and make them want to learn more about your offerings. Okay, how to develop and deliver an effective pitch? First is conduct and gather research. If you are going to make claims during your pitch, you need to provide accurate data or research to support those claims. This information can help demonstrate your credibility and obtain your audience trust. For example, when pitching a product to a client, you will want to provide information about its features, benefit, and how it compares to similar products in the market. Second is understand your audience. In addition to business-related research, you also need to research your audience. This approach makes your pitch more personal to them. For example, try to learn about potential investors, other business investment. If they show an interest in tech startups, you can focus on technological advancement or innovation within your business. Okay, third is build a pitch. Now that you have a data or information to support your claims and understand what your audience wants, you can start building your pitch. As mentioned, there are several types of business pitch you can use. Assess your situation to determine the most appropriate option. If you are presenting a business plan to potential investors, you may need to start creating a pitch deck that provides a comprehensive view of your concept. But if you are looking to make connections at the networking event, you only need to develop and practice your elevator pitch. Elevator pitch that I mentioned previously in the first slide. It's what is it called? Elevator pitch. Sales pitch. Okay. Four is keep it focused. When presenting your pitch, get straight to your main message. Explain what is your product, what is your idea and business, then demonstrate why it benefits your investor. Focus your pitch by only offering the most essential and relevant information to your audience. This information varies based on the type of pitch you are making. For example, when pitching a business to investors, you may need to include details such as the amount of capital you need and the specific business activities it will go towards. 5. Share successes. Sharing evidence of your success can also demonstrate the value of your business or idea. For example, revenue or sales can show to the market interest. Investor can see that your business can sustain itself and potentially grow. Or you may also show to the audience or your investor the collaboration that you have done with the industry. Okay. To be easily to understand, we can go to the slide from my tech pitch. The first slide, you may place your name and the university or organization and product name. For the product name, it's supposed to be eye-catching, meaning when the investor or audience read your product name, they can get directly the idea of your business. Okay. Problem statement. What is the problems that you are going to solve? You may state there. Just state the point. And how do the existing products works or doesn't work? How are the current products in the market failing to address this problem? And then what is your solution? What is the unique selling point of your products? First is describe your products that you have developed, of course, with the features. Focus on how your solution solve the problem. Relate your product to the problem that you are trying to solve. Have you tested the solution? And what is your unique selling point and value proposition? Also clearly state how are you different in the industry landscape. Okay, for the target market and business team, you need to describe your target market, for example, corporation or business, your customer, government bodies and agencies. For the business team, you may write down the construction, transportation, information or communication, education, healthcare. And who are your potential customers? If possible, define them into segments. And how big is the market? Is it growing? Okay, for the business model, we need to know what are the ways to generate revenue. And what about your distribution channels and marketing plans? For the business model, you may also insert image of your product. Okay, plan or milestone and strategy. What is the next? What is your next plan? Goals, and when do you plan to achieve them? If you have achieved certain milestone, you may mention to the investor or the audience, and you may state also what is your next step. Okay, the next slide, you may put the previous collaboration that you have done with the industry and also strategic cooperation. You may place the image. And this is the most important thing. If you already obtain intellectual property, you must put it here because because your product is a new idea. We don't want other people to take it from us, right? So this slide is very important for you to put, yeah, the intellectual property. Okay, and then after that, you may place a video related to product or technology or services, any product. Okay. Last is the description, meaning the purpose of pitching. What is the purpose of your pitching? You want to have a collaboration or strategic cooperation with the industry. You want to have funding, promotion, or branding and packaging, or promote the awareness of your brand. And how much do you need for the funding and why? Yeah. Lastly, you just placed your name, but for us, because it's a team, Prof. Farah, Prof. Afendi, and me, we put all our names here, and also organization, designation, email, contact number, or you can put also official social media, or even if you already created a website, you may place here the address link. Okay, to be easily to understand, we can show you the example of our slides in the MyTech page. Let me end first. Okay, can you see, Prof? The slide of paradox? Hello?
Oh, sorry, I mute. I
Okay.
didn't see anything, just our pictures.
Oh, just our picture. Okay, wait for a while. Let me... Okay, now I would like to share.
For those who just joined us, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome. Dr. Yunita already done the first session, which is only about 10 minutes ago. 10 minutes for the first session, showing the theory of the pitch. Okay, and there some basic guideline on the outline of the pitching slides. So now Dr. Yunita is moving to show us example of a pitch slides together with the appropriate or the actual content. Okay, as an example for us to ease our understanding.
Okay,
Okay,
Prof,
Rita, please proceed.
can you see the slide of
Now
my
I can see.
page? Okay, this is the example of our slides in our last presentation for my tech pitch. First is, you may write down your name as the presenter, and then the university name or organization, and of course the title of your product. Yeah, like I mentioned before, it is better if you try to put an eye-catching title, so then the investor or audience, when they read your title, they can know directly what is the idea of your product. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Nita,
Okay, sorry.
I think we just, because since this is sharing session, I think
Okay.
I just add in lah, whatever possible
Sure,
notes.
Prof.
Yeah, can you go to the first slide? All right. So for the title, it is very, very good, or an ideal title is to place your product name or your trademark, which I already advise all the participants of the Pencipta. They need to come up with their own name, a trademark, or even if you don't submit the IP disclosure to us, just put in. Okay, In this case, example of the name, trade name is the paradox. And then followed by the niche of this paradox. The niche is actually correspond to the solution that you are going to offer. Okay. So solution or problem, you can see the opposite is the problem. Halal is what we offer. The opposite is something that is not available. Halal not available for the same similar products. Okay. And locally, we put here locally because the problems that we want to solve is there is oral delivery rather than locally applied. Okay, and then it is an antibiotic is normal just to describe the product, and it is the intended use of this product. So you, the title should provide or write down the intended use. In this case, it is used for treating the periodontitis, which is a disease. Okay, and you have to include on the niche or the USP, the unique selling point, which not only halal locally applied, you may also add additional unique selling point, which is in this case regenerative properties. All right. So this is the best title lah for this kind of example. This is very good enough. Okay.
Okay,
So
next slide, Prof.
yeah, you can proceed.
Okay, for the problem statement, you just mentioned what are the problems that you are facing with the product that are available in the market right now. For example, with our case, we talk about gum disease that has highly prevalence among adult population, and it costs around 30 billion ringgit Malaysia economic burden in managing gum disease. So we come out with the product, and there is no halal certified locally preferred syringe antibiotic to treat periodontitis. So this is the problem statement that we mentioned. And then after that, how do the existing products works or doesn't work? So we just give them the example about the products that are available in the Malaysian markets. And we also told them that some of these products didn't even locally registered in Malaysia, and they don't have halal certificate. So with that, we come out with this table, which is comparison between our product and the products that are available in Malaysia market from the application, features, price, or cost, disadvantage and the advantage. So then the audience or the investor can read by themselves. Actually, we just mentioned that that they can read from this table the comparison between paradox and the products that are available in the market. So we don't have to read all of this. Okay. Now move on to the solution and unique selling point. To solve the problem, we have created a non-invasive, low-cost toxicity preferred of halal antibiotic formulated. So you just have to emphasize your product and then show them. For us, we just show this is the paradox, and this is the latest box that we have. Okay. The next is the target market. As you can see here, we run the numbers also and the description, like number of dental clinics, number of dental clinics in government, in the private sector, the number of dental clinics nationwide, and the potential rate and value based on estimated X distribution price per unit. And we also put the tagline of our product, which is healthy gum, healthy smile with paradox. Okay, for the business model, this is important also because we need to know, they need to know, I mean, our audience or investor, they want to know the value proposition of our business. So you may tell them that, okay, for example, in our product, we can say that our product is a halal product and have a unique formulation because it makes with antibiotic and Nigella stifa and eugenol. And also it's a novel delivery system. So for the market segment, it's almost the same with the customer. What is your market segment? For example, for us, we want to target private dental clinics, government dental clinics, dental school, and international distributor model. So I think from the business model, you just have to emphasize value proportion, and for the market segment and customer, they can read by themselves, because you will be given around 5 to 8 minutes to present your product. Okay, for plan or milestone, you just mention milestone of your product. In our case, the next step that we need to do is the clinical trials, and we need this amount of money. And we also put here the product awareness campaign for our target markets, and for the market strategy, we just write down the distributorship to the private dental clinics, government hospital, and clinic pergigian, and private dental hospital. Basically, for plan and milestone, you just have to mention the next step that you are going to do with your product. Okay, for the previous collaboration, it is better if you already have any collaboration with other industry. You may also put their brand name here, so then the investor will know that, okay, we have done this much. Yeah, like for us, we put also the picture of how to establish the product, which is Paradox, the machines, yeah, and also write down the deliverables. Okay, for the intellectual property that I mentioned before, it is important for us to put here because it's a new idea. So we don't want other people to copy us. It is better for you to put, for example, you already got the utility, innovation, or trademark. You just put here in this slide. And then video related to the product. For this product, we have created our own website. So we just put here. So then if they want to know more information related Paradox, they can go to our website. This video we put because we want the audience or the investor know how to deliver the Paradox into patient's mouth. So this is how we show them. And then last is, what is the purpose of your pitching, which is to seek collaboration or strategic cooperation with several agencies. And again, you have to mention again to seek funding for several milestones. And you may emphasize that the next step is the clinical trial. For your product, you may mention also what is the next step that you want to do. Okay, the last slide, you can write down all the names in your teams, and also our job scope. For example, here Prof. Afendi become our PI, and then Prof. Farah the one who in charge for the commercialization and pharmaceutical perspective, and me for the clinical trial. So you may also put your contact number if you want, but we prefer to just put our email. Okay, that's all for this. This is called pitch deck types for pitching. The next will be interrogative pitch. What is the interrogative pitch?
Okay. We are going to move to sharing with you the template that I have prepared for Pencipta participants. Okay, this is meant for your pitching video. Dr. Yunita can also present on this.
Okay, this is called interrogative pitch that I mentioned previously. Interrogative pitch means you ask questions first, yeah, rather than giving a problem statement. For pitch deck, you give your problem statement first, but for interrogative pitch, you give some questions to attract their curiosity. So this is the example: Betamol, a novel fusion medicine providing fast action and prolonged anti-fever and hepatoprotective effect.
Alright, Dr. Yunita,
Yes,
just
yes, Prof.
go back. Okay, here for all participants of Pencipta, I would like you to have or to insert this logo. We should make it standardized to begin your video pitching with this logo. Okay. I am logo. You can do your own creativity. You want to enter or animate the entrance of the logo, etc. It's up to you. And however, just follow like the like what Dr. Yunita mentioned on this first page, where you need to put down your name, okay, organization already here, and your title. So make sure your title, the one that I already approved. Okay.
Okay, Prof. Next slide. Next slide is more into originality.
Dr. Yunita, let me help you. This one actually is based on the judging criteria where they already know. We have to prepare 3 appendices supporting documents. So one is originality, secondly on applicability, the third one on commercializability. So for originality, you can use all your points in the supporting document that you already prepared during your pitching side, but incorporate all the elements that Dr. Yunita already taught us in the first session. Okay.
Okay. Okay. For this slide, state your pain for 1 minute, like because it's an interrogative pitch. So you start with the questions like, have you ever suffering from, have you heard about obesity, mental issue prevalence that's so high, or existing technology on plantation or fish rearing is very expensive, so on. So interrogative pitch, you start with the questions. For pitch deck, you start with the problem statement. Okay. So after that, you state the solution for 2 minutes, propose solution to the pain or the problems. For example, the script here is the good news. We have invented a product name, blah, 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 blah. Usefulness in solving problems, like our Betamol is a novel and provide better in terms of this Betamol is in line with Maqasid Sharia in terms of saving life. Additionally, the creation of Betamol and so on. And due diligence, we managed to obtain a patent, trademark, copyright a trade secret file granted register. We have done IP search and none of them apply similar concepts. So you may put all the information related to intellectual property also in this slide.
Okay, Dr. Anita, can
Mhm.
we go back? All
Okay.
right, here, because we are given 5 to 8 minutes for pitching video, so I have divided and guide lah. I given a guide here. The first one on the pain, 1 minute. For
Mhm.
your solution, I think we need to explain more, so we will spend 2 minutes. Okay,
Mhm.
so you can use, and I encourage you to use something like this as the script. Here is the good news. We had invented blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
Please have a good intonation.
Oh yes, you have to put the strength in your intonation.
Mm. And then, in our applicability supporting documents, there is things that I already asked Pencipta participants to add, which is the impact, the impact on the innovation, the impact of the innovation in terms of SDG and also the Maqasid Syariah. So the red wording here, you just replace accordingly with your own innovation. Okay, the black one, try to maintain the black one when you speak out. Here is the good news, or if you want to say something else, just go ahead. All right. Okay. So for due diligence, it is actually part of the judging criteria for Pencipta. So our Pencipta participants, some of them and majority of us lah already have the IP, whether they are copyright or patent, UI, etc. You just put in, but you need to speak and mention. And you can have, when I mention here 2 minutes, you can have a few slides. And for this purpose, you can make your slides crowded. It is very different from teaching slide. Okay. For the slide for pitching, Dr. Nita agree that we should make it crowded. You just put in every single information you have. The more detailed they are, the best the slides or the pitching. Okay, and here as I note down here, can show here, or you can incorporate while you're talking, you can incorporate the video concurrently showing your prototype or products. Okay, next slide.
Next slide is applicability for Prof.
So next. So this one, let me help. I allocate about 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, it depends on our participants. You can readjust your time, but not more than 8 minutes. Okay, so here, the Pencipta participants from IIUM, we already advise you to come up with table of comparisons on the existing methods compared with your own innovative products. So you just show the table of comparison, and like Dr. Yunita mentioned, you just highlight the parameters that you compare, and just invite them to read more when the detail on the slides. We don't need to mention every
To
single
read it one by one.
no need to read one by one. But here, you just highlight if there is 6 existing methods, mention 6. If there are only 2, you mention 2. So the information that we give to them, they can quickly grasp 6. Oh, okay, fine, 5, or maybe 20. Okay. Then you state lah your USP or unique selling points while showing again your video. Here, the initial video that I asked you to prepare is on the functionality of your prototypes, right? So you can incorporate this video while talking about your advantages or USP. You can also actually interview someone who already used your product or your innovation. Just interview them, what they feel, what they like about your innovation. That is also acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, right, this part we can follow our appendix commercializability parts. Next slide. Right, you can incorporate in one slide all your business model canvas that you already prepared. And as Dr. Yunita mentioned, you just mentioned on several important aspects, which is the value proposition and your customer segments, right? And the channel lah, marketing channel, something like that.
The target market, Prof.
The target market, yeah, okay. The target market you need to mention. And you can highlight on the market size lah. Market size, not the calculation, not the detail, but the one that you mentioned in your slides, Nita.
Yes.
First slide.
Like
So the
per unit, the price for per unit of paradox.
no, the notes in the template given by the My Tech page, there is some description what to add in, what to show
Yes.
market size, to show the market is growing,
Yes.
to show the market is growing. So how to show? If you can find information on internet, CAGR, that is to show how good is the rate of growth.
Yes.
Compound growth rate, something like that, CAGR. Okay. If for my products, cold and flu and cold products, for the Betamol, they treat fever. So I will key in or Google CAGR for paracetamol products. So for you, maybe you have CAGR for nanocellulose, or CAGR for educational books, something like that. It depends on your innovative products. Okay.
Okay, Prof.
Yang revenue stream apa semua tu pun follow all the business model canvas. And Nita, how to end? Oh, just follow your slide. How to end?
How to end? We need to put our name and the contact number, so then the investors or the audience who watch our video, they can contact us directly, or we may also place a link of the website if you already created a website, so they may contact us through there kan.
I think most of us yet to create any website or any submag related to specifically the products, like what we did for Paradox.
But maybe they can put also official Facebook name or Instagram, Prof.
Okay, of our personal lah.
Yes.
Personal, okay.
But it is better. It is better if they created a official account for their product.
Yeah, I think after this they will
Instagram.
After this they will need to create. Maybe next time they can participate in MTE or My Tech Pitch. Okay, for this time it's okay. Just put your own personal if you have a submag, or you please also include RMC web, no? RMC contact number, right?
Oh yes, RMC contact number. True.
Okay, is there anything else that we haven't mentioned on this? Okay, for all Pencipta participants, you can have your slides together with your picture. Not you can, you must have. Okay? In your pitching slides, you need to show your picture, talking, and together with your slides. If you want to use yourself to demonstrate how to take medicine, something like that, it's also possible. And then you need to edit or cut, paste, edit the video, incorporate all the video, 1 minute video or 30-second video showing your products. Okay, that products, if you use CapCut, you can actually increase the speed So don't waste time to show video that is very long steps of preparation, but just change the speed of that video. I hope you understand what I mean. Because after this, I try to come up with a demonstration video how to use CapCut to help you to edit your video, inshallah. I'm still struggling to set my video. All right. Alhamdulillah. Dr. Farida, do you have any questions? Thank you for attending this.
Assalamualaikum. I'm about to leave also, but I think I need this slide just now. Should the slide for because before this Dr. Farida ada tunjuk yang apa tu? Video untuk buat video content tu quite different, right?
That one is briefing slide for you to prepare the appendices, supporting document.
No. Before this, you asked us to prepare the video based on there are some
Based on example from MTE YouTube.
but that one is quite different from shown here in the slide. But if possible, can I have the slide? Can you just maybe email us?
Dr. Farida, actually the content that they use in their example of the video is very similar to what we are discussing here. The content they show the uniqueness of their products, the problems, sebenarnya sama. That is the problem.
So boleh lah guna yang tu juga.
Campur-campur. But
Okay lah.
yes, we will send to you the slides. Dr. Yunita, can we share the slides that you prepare?
Yeah,
because I'm driving actually.
Nanti I share dekat pencipta punya group X, group WhatsApp.
Boleh. I need to leave also. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Okay.